Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Realm Recap. I am Jason from Yakface.com, joined once again by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, another week of Star Wars goodies and news, and I liked some of the comments people were making at the Realm Recap this week. People were saying it's their weekly fix of Star Wars. So it's very
Catching
nice.
some nice comments on Twitter and on the actual YouTube page, some decent comments. So we thank those folks for their feedback and input. So we'll keep this going and look for more info. Look for some more input in the future. This week was not quite as hectic as the past two, I would say.
No.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff around the obviously the May the 4th whole
Huge
news push. So a week after now, it's a little more normal as far as news, but still some decent reveals and a little bit of breaking news that happened from Sideshow and Hasbro and Lego and whatnot. So we'll get into all of that, but we'll start off with Hasbro.
Yeah, and this was their Black Series selfie. They did a promotion from our friends at Hasbro or Hunter PR.
Yep.
This was good fun, actually. They started off, for those that don't know or weren't following Yakface or Flyguy on Twitter, they started off a Black Series selfie hashtag and mailed out to several key sites, sadly not you or I, a Black Series figure. It was generally to the main media press, so it was kind of non-Star Wars sites again. Don't know why, really.
What do you mean? I was going to say, what do you mean, like Entertainment Weekly? And
yeah, well, it was IGN and kind of it was related to Star Wars.
That's
and,
okay.
It was kind of news and people who hadn't really seen the Black Series. So there was a lot of figures that were mailed out to them, but other people joined in. I joined in, and a few others just went for the hell of it. Just, let's have some fun with some Black Series figures. But this one I thought stole the boat. Whilst all of us were taking pictures with ourselves with figures, I thought this one, killing Guido, and then Han taking a picture of himself with the arm out there was kind of classic.
Quite good.
It was really good. It was really good. So the build-up, as you and I found out, was even though it seemed like a fairly just fun thing to do, it really all led to this, which was this exclusive reveal of Yoda for the Star Wars Day, or it really kind of tipped on to Revenge of the Fifth, I think, really.
Right.
Yeah,
this is the 6-inch version of Yoda for the Black Series, which is pretty nice. I like that StarWars.com is embracing like other social media avenues other than the standard Twitter. Facebook obviously is kind of, I mean, for me personally, I think is more played out than some of the other ones. But they resorted to Instagram to reveal the 6-inch Yoda with Tom Kane, the voice of Yoda on the Clone Wars series.
So it was a really nice cross-marketing push, a little bit of Twitter, a little bit of Instagram, and it was nice. I like that. It's sometimes it can be all Facebook, and it's a bit like, whatever. Mm-hmm. But no, it was cool. And what do you think of the figure?
I like it. I kind of...
You would.
Yeah. I got the Yoda shirt on today. I kind of have to temper my expectations a little bit. We see some of these great figure reveals, like with the 6-inch or with the 3 3/4-inch Black Series. Like the Luke and the Yoda.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you see the, some of the solicitation images, and they just don't hold a candle to what was initially solicited. So I hope this holds up in terms of, I mean, the sculpt looks really good. I think they did a great job of capturing the likeness.
Good. Definitely.
We'll just have to see what the final product ends up being,
I know. There's been a few comments people didn't realize the snake was, and they were like, "Where's the snake from?" And I thought, "Oh my God, who are these people?" But they obviously don't remember the old vintage figures, and they haven't really seen a great deal. I mean, you get to see the snake for 2 seconds, and Empire Strikes Back.
Luke moves it like out of a bowl or something. He's gonna grab to.
Yeah, that's right. But there was a lot of people were even saying to me, I don't like this. It comes with a lightsaber. It's not a real Yoda. I'm like, what? It's like, and you gotta be kidding me.
Half the people would complain that it doesn't include a lightsaber. The other half would, I don't know. The more accessories, the better.
And it's Yoda. It's my Boba Fett. It's your
Right.
your Yoda. So
Right.
you're gonna love this thing. But
And a funny thing about this figure too is, earlier in the week, this was there was some confusion. Again, it all all stemmed from a website that typically doesn't report toy news. I think it was Screen Crush was the website. They were reporting that this was going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive as well, and that typically wasn't the case. And they went so far as to encourage the scalping of the Jabba figure that is going to be released at San Diego Comic-Con. They said, buy one for yourself and then buy one to flip later, basically, is what they kind of resorted to on their article. And then they went back and edited it for content and made sure it was correct. And again, we had talked about this on last week's show, and then on the most recent Boring Conversation anyway, that when you resort to sites that typically don't gear their coverage around toy news, you get all sorts of weirdness in their reporting, whether it's right or wrong, or I don't know. Just leave it to the people that know what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. This is what the Realm Recap's for. No, I'm kidding. No.
Well,
this was good though. No, at least I think it's like a lot of sites, as you're saying, we're toy nerds, we're toy geeks, dorks, whatever you want to call us. We love this stuff, and we do all this every week. And so come to the sites that kind of know, because just the crazy rumors. But good things came from all of that, though. All the news and all the kerfuffle we did get from Hasbro.
Yep.
Finally, high-res pictures, so you can get to see some of the. You've posted and I've posted. We've got really, really high-res pictures. So if you really want to zoom in and see Yoda, there we go. Look at the fabric. It's like all the details there. So really nice to get these pictures. You and I were a bit gutted, I think, when we got the Entertainment Weekly pictures before. It was a little bit because you just could not see the packaging. Now we get these really high-res. You get to see all the details,
right?
All the bits and pieces. And one thing you and I spoke about last week, I just wanted to clarify here, was a little geeky thing. Well, there's Jabba. We get to see all the detail on him, which we've seen. But there's the Entertainment Weekly one. Here we go. You and I were talking about potentially a magnetic box, but the beauty of these high-res images is, you can't see it too much here, but little Velcro studs.
Oh, yep. That makes sense.
So no magnets, but little Velcro studs. But you get to see some more of the detail, but in a little very Gamma-y and guard-looking little metallic-looking pieces in the cardboard, and of course the portcullis for the Luke falling down the Rancor. So nice little touches.
So they did a really, really good job on designing the packaging for that. And we speculated last week that this would probably be around $60, I think, for the price, and they were pretty much right on at 60 at 65. So. All worth it to me. So
definitely.
And you get to see some decent detail in there too, as far as Salacious Crumb's got some nice articulation built in.
Yep.
So I think everyone's going to be happy if you get a chance to actually get it.
Still, we'll come to this later on, but still the main Jabba just seems awfully empty without the DS or the Salacious Crumb. It just seems really weird.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking about that later when we were talking on last week's show and on the Boring Conversation Anyway podcast. What if at New York Comic-Con they had a accompanying exclusive that I'm not saying this is going to happen by any means. I'm just totally spitballing or wish listing, but why not have a kind of a supplemental set that could go with supporting the retail version, where you could let's say you have the DS as the exclusive for New York Comic-Con and just have it be that, so you could get the San Diego Comic-Con to get a majority of the set, and then you can get the New York Comic-Con to either supplement that or the retail set.
Well, we're wish listing here, but I'd love to get a. We've got the Leia 6-inch Leia, but we're not going to have the Leia where she's like the old or recent vintage figure where she's kind of squatting down. The legs. So you could, sounds a little girly here, but you could get a Leia squatting down with some cushions and some other decorations for your DS. So and a little comb for her hair. No, kidding on. But You're right. We need all these accessories and companies that we've shown week by week. Hole in the Ground Productions, Galactic Merchants.
Right.
Plus all your, and all the shipyards kind of guys as well, all the customizers that you guys have, they're dying for this stuff. So you're right. We really could do more accessories.
Yeah, because
like
I think, because I think Hasbro has done other exclusives, not Star Wars, per se, but, maybe Marvel. They've had some exclusive things available at New York Comic Con. It'd be nice to get Star Wars worked into there somehow. So
I miss those old things we used to send away for, and little baggies in the post. And if you're really really old like us, you remember the accessory kit for the Hoth Troopers, and there was little backpacks and.
Oh yeah, I got one right here actually.
Oh, there you go. There you talk about on the spot. Exactly. Yeah. That stuff was fantastic. We lived and breathed for that stuff.
Fun.
So bring it back, Hasbro. That would be good. On to our little favorite astromech who's next.
Yep. And, the pricing was officially revealed last week for the deluxe R2-D2, and it was well below what we had initially anticipated. We were guessing, in the 200 to 250 range, and it's surprisingly low, and I'm all for that.
I know. Well, it also saves you money for look who's in the background.
I know. I saw that, and I couldn't tell. I didn't know if that was the that Takamichi or one. I didn't know if that was that figure, but it would be that is a cool tease if they do indeed have a Sideshow one on the horizon.
I think they have to. You're not going to make R2 without 3PO, so it's probably, as you said, it might be the proper one of those earlier models, but I think it's a hint to say one's coming. I think without a doubt. But
it's nice.
I was really surprised at the prices. It just blew me away. I thought that's what we need to see. But it's a great looking figure. I mean, we both kind of fawned over this last week, but just what a figure! Lighting and all
those electronics and all those accessories. I mean, there's just a ton of play value, quote unquote, there.
Definitely, it's a great looking figure. I know. I think Paul from Jedi Temple Archives was on with you and I, and on one of the podcasts last week, and I think he said as well about 200.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, it's under 200.
Yeah.
So,
I think when I even posted that it went up for pre-order, I posted that it was reasonably priced at 150 or whatever, and someone posted in the comment section, they're like, how is 150 reasonably priced? I'm like, well.
It's better than 200.
That all depends on your point of view, I guess. I mean, if you're used to paying, a lot more for high-end collectibles, this is on the low end.
Some of the premium format stuff. I know you've got some beautiful pieces. I always would have loved the Boba premium format, that Mythos one, gorgeous looking piece. They had hundreds of dollars, so $149 is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Speaking of premium formats, we had discussed last week that I had kind of figured out what was coming up as far as additional May the 4th reveals. One of those was Boba Fett, and the other was Vader. I just didn't know what the format was, and they did reveal that again on the 4th as another premium format Boba Fett.
It's just ironic as we recorded it, I think, it's my Sunday, your Saturday night, and literally, I think just as you'd gone to bed, the news kind of came out. It came a little early, and I thought, Jason was the first person to share this. But nobody really saw us until the day after. Anyway, it was out there. But Boba Fett, and let me just share across Darth. That was a kind of unusual. I don't know. I'm not quite sure where this Darth's coming from.
To me, it looks like Empire Strikes Back. Obviously, it looks like he's standing in the Bespin.
Oh, you're
weather
right.
Weather vane.
Yep, you can
section.
See it.
Interesting choices, considering they've both had premium format releases before.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Unusual. But the Vader one that they had come out with before was strictly a New Hope version. and I think let's see, what was was the Boba Fett one Return of the Jedi one, or was that
I think it was. Let me just go
can't
back to
recall.
the. He's got the brown. Is that brown gauntlets? Let me just. We'll go through to the site and have a look. Um, come on. Da, 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 da. So it looks like Cloud City actually.
Yeah,
Um,
I couldn't tell what that kind of looked like Coruscant there in the background.
yeah, I
I
don't
didn't know
know.
if it was something from a canceled 1313 deal. It was like
I know. You're right. Well, he's got red gauntlets, which is Return of the Jedi. We don't see them
right.
in Empire Strikes Back, unless I'm wrong. Don't kill me, fanboys. But I believe he's green gauntlets in Empire and red in Return of the Jedi. So I
I,
guess Return of the Jedi-ish somewhere.
yeah, I think in the special edition they had um, the red gauntlets. They wheeled out the Return of the Jedi outfit for that one. He makes the
Mm.
cameo in the
Yep.
hangar. So I don't know. Who
Oh,
knows where
that's
the
good point.
source
Good
material
point.
is, but
Good
it's
point.
another Boba Fett. So those
Hopeful
collectors
sale.
will be happy, and I'm not sure the premium format people will be happy considering
Yeah.
they already have these characters represented a couple times. So
Exactly.
I guess it all depends on the execution.
Indeed, indeed. So next on the list was our very kind little sponsors here on the
Hmm.
show, DorkSideToys.com. One thing they had this week, which I've already bought two. I had to buy these. They released early. They released the Jabba the Hutt and Speeder Bike Black Series figures.
Nice.
So again, for those that don't know, $39.99 is the retail price for the Java that we currently believe there's nothing with them, which we're led
Right.
to believe in the picture. If you want the SDCC one, it's if you can get to SDCC, I think as we said last week, flights and all the rest of it,
Hmm.
you're going to be talking 250 or currently on eBay.
Yeah.
So I really think people should buy this one. So I bought two anyway, and I bought two Baker Scouts. There's a cap of two on the Baker Scouts, but by all uh, intentions, I guess these things are selling ultra quick because
Yeah.
because they're not out yet, and I wouldn't hesitate personally, but I just think these
Those.
things are going to go for a fortune on eBay.
Yeah.
Fortune.
They'll be a popular item. Just like the 6-inch Stormtrooper, the 6-inch Biker Scout with the bike is going to
Exactly.
be a hot seller. So.
When you think of the price of Bobas and the Black Widows from Marvel Legends and the prices they're
Yep.
going at, just buy them, and then if you don't like it, sell it. That's what I would do. But
Yep.
anywho, what else have we got?
Kind of continuing
Oh
on
yeah,
with the Boba Fett theme.
indeed. Let me just share this on screen as well here. Well, I mean, we covered this as well. We talked about this with Dan
Right.
Carton on Brown Conversation anyway, and you and I also talked about it last week in the Realm Recap. The images that Dan's colleague shared, and Dan wrote up a story on sandtroopers.com, but it was Boba Fett fan club, good old friends of mine, Aaron and the guys there, who pointed out that Boba's going to be in the Rebels line, and I was kind of like, really? Not quite as far as I could tell. But what they did do was shared a little bit more and pointed out in this picture that we had. Maybe I'll just make this a little bigger to show you. So we discussed this at length. In fact, it's probably not the best picture to see there. But what we're trying to share on screen is this was the Saga Legends and the Mission Series packs we all talked about.
Yep.
And I guess we all thought, well, there's R2 and 3PO. It's just, it's Saga Legends. It's just classic figures. But in fact, they're Rebels characters. There's Boba and Stormtrooper,
Hmm.
Grievous and Obi-Wan, who potentially could be in Rebels, because of course, am I right? Am I wrong? Clone Wars? Yeah, because Revenge of the Sith hasn't, or has happened actually. Yes, so that doesn't
Right.
make sense.
Right. Yeah. Some of these packs have been revealed for a while. We've seen, the Vader packaging with the Obi-Wan Grievous set, and I think I had exchanged a few emails with, or direct messages via Twitter with Boba Fett fan club regarding this Boba Fett question, and I think the Stormtrooper Boba Fett mission series pack had been rumored for a little while, So this is, I'm almost 100% sure that it's not based on an appearance in Rebels.
I'm with you. That's what I said to Aaron. I was kind of like, I don't think this is really going to happen. But
yeah.
But Jedi News today posted something from Star Wars Magazine. I don't know quite what that is. It's not Star Wars Insider, but they posted a picture of this model, which looks very Rebels kind of 3D style.
Yep. This graphic or 3D rendering dates back a few years almost.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. A few years back, it might even be like 2011, 2012, let's say. StarWars.com had a 3D version of Boba Fett as one of their character images that they had on their main site. Like if you'd go there and it would be Princess Leia, or it would be Darth Vader or Obi-Wan. A while back, there was Boba Fett, and it was this 3D version, and people were like, "What the heck is this from?" And then within the same day, it was switched out to a movie version of Boba Fett, like from Return of the Jedi. So whether it was done on accident or they weren't supposed to release it yet, I don't know. But it was also revealed, I think, by the Boba Fett fan club that the character image based on this 3D rendering was available for purchase through that Fathead website that does like the wall clings for characters, they have the Vaders and whatnot, and this animated version of Boba Fett was one of the options that you could choose. So apparently, the model exists for some reason, and it was sold. So who knows how far back it dates? Really, it could have been a abandoned Clone Wars concept or something they had developed specifically for the upcoming Rebels series. I don't know, but
I think I'd lay money that Boba Fett will be appearing in the Rebels lane at some point. There's got to be some nasty bounty hunters of some kind. It's a fan favorite. It's got to be, it's the adventures of this ongoing pissed off teenager.
Right.
And Daniel Logan said he's up for it as well. So
I don't doubt it that he'll show up in maybe some season finale or something. Just to.
I know. Dun, dun, dun. It's always the same.
Whet the fanboy appetite,
Absolutely. Well, we need Yoda. Keep you happy too. He could be in it.
Why not?
You never know. Why not? This was exciting news, I have to say, which was next, and you posted.
Celebration Anaheim information had been posted yesterday. The official Celebration Anaheim site has gone through a slight update, and they announced some guests, some programming, and whatnot. And then they also announced that the collector track has returned with Gus Lopez, and we're getting another series of Star Tots.
I love these. Did you collect these?
I only have the Yakface one.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of that, that's right.
That was available at Celebration Europe. Steve the Ginger Prince secured one of those for me and sent it to me. So, yeah, if I could have got in on the ground floor and got them all and got the display, I probably would be more excited than I am that this is coming back. But
I'd shout out to the Ginger Prince. I had great fun with him at Celebration Europe and his lovely wife Suzanne and some of the Star Wars Action News guys. We were all just Star Tots mad. Yeah. And we all managed to get to the end of the last panel where you could go back in and just collect the ones you missed. And I think that's where you obviously picked up the spares. But Steve and I both missed out on the cardboard tray, and we eventually, long story short, got in touch with one of the designers who made the damn thing and shipped them to us. And they're beautiful sets.
Yeah, they look great as a complete unit.
Beautiful.
So,
but
the first two were revealed. Again, one is a Boba Fett, and that has.
It's going to be a Yoda. It has to be a Yoda.
You would think. I mean, come on. Empire Strikes Back. That's what the theme is for this series. How many
Beautiful.
were in the previous series? Are there
Uh,
12?
20. My
20.
apologies. 20 in the original set. I'm just looking here as we talk, and I think there was 15 in the Celebration Europe set. So 20 for the original Star Wars. Return of the Jedi set was 15. So don't know.
So yeah, so the Boba Fett looks to be in original Kenner colors.
Yep.
Where it's the darker blue and the kind of the red, red and orange gauntlets and whatnot. So it's a cool piece. And then the second one is a Hoth Luke Skywalker and Hoth battle gear. So it's classified.
I love that he's upside down. That's just such a nice.
That's the way to do it if you're gonna display it.
Yeah, and if you've never been to a celebration, highly recommend you go. I think both Jason and I are going to be there, and these panels are great fun. In fact, they were the highlight of the entire celebration for me. So I'm going to be a little bit busy next year, but I'm going to try as much as I can to get to these panels because they're just it's people like you and I and kind of real collectors that share stuff, which is just great fun. I love meeting people like that. So yeah, check it out.
What else? The return of Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels, they've kind of had I think typically we've associated titaniums with Star Wars as far as being their die-cast line of vehicles, but they announced officially that they were going to be producing a series of cars and apparently a track system
Let's have a look.
for the Star Wars line. No official images have shown up yet, but sites like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store are starting to take pre-orders for those. So if it's anything like some of the other licensed products, there'll be maybe a series of 12 cars.
That'd be
and
cool.
They're not necessarily character cars. They're, let's say, a van with Star Wars graphics on the side, or character art or something like that. I thought it'd be cool to bring back some of those old 70s vans that that I remember from seeing as a kid. There were some old MPC model kits that existed way back in the day.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That had like those weird portal windows in the back, and
it's like the Scooby-Doo mystery machine kind of yeah.
With obviously the 70s style graphics on the side. There was a cool Vader van I remember, and then there was like a Luke Skywalker van and a couple different model kits. So it'd be cool to see some of those realized in kind of a die-cast form for collectors. I think something like that would totally go over the head of obviously the younger collectors for today, but would be a nice nod to some of us old farts.
Yep. Well, I mean, they made some. Hot Wheels have made some brilliant lines in these vehicles. I've been really tempted before. They made ones with video games, bizarrely, and it was all the cool trucks and vehicles and hot rods with Pong and Missile Command and Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and all this kind of stuff. Beautiful art on the package, beautiful art on the vehicle itself, and they did the same with probably the most successful one I saw was the Dark Knight.
Yep.
Where they did some cool little versions of the Tumbler, from all the different movies. So we really could see some quite cool collectibles. That's I don't know. Depends what they do. I mean, they're going to be low price point. They're not going to be expensive.
Right.
But
and
good fun.
And as far as these cars go, don't expect to see them slotted into like the regular Hot Wheels line, that you see mixed in with all the other bazillion cars they have. There'll be a dedicated, retail space for these cars, so you're not going to have to sort through, 50 pegs of 12 cars each peg, try to find stuff, regarding Star Wars, because there was I think the most recent Star Trek vehicle, there was an Enterprise from the most recent films. There was an Enterprise slotted into the regular car line that you could collect, but Star Wars vehicles aren't going to be taken in that direction, I'm pretty sure.
No. If they do some nice retro packaging, like you and I were talking about the the little Santa Cruz skateboards we both bought.
Right.
Wow, if they do that, I'm all in.
Yep.
Nice, old Star Wars graphics and logos on it, classic Empire. That's all they have to do to hook us in. So
yeah, Hot Wheels has a Star Trek line out right now, I believe, that has like some of the old, 60s type of graphics on them.
Oh,
So,
lovely.
It's got, Sulu on the side of some weird car. It's like
nice design stuff.
Yeah. So this will be if you travel. I've seen these at Target. So if you go to your Target, go into the Hot Wheels Matchbox aisle and look at the Star Trek cars, that's what I'd expect for the Star Wars line. So I'd check that out.
I've just, if we can hang on 1 minute, audience, we've got a little picture of a classic one that Jason's talking about just now.
Yep.
There's a little bit of a not great picture, but come on. That's kind of nice. That's not bad at all. It's kind of weird vehicle for Spock. It's like, what? Why a '59 Chevy? It's like 95% of this is all packaging, but I don't know. It's kind of funky retro. I like it. There's something about it I like. But,
and these won't be your 99-cent cars either. These will be your $4 cars.
Wow, I mean that's just pocket money stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, as an aside, I kind of dabble in Hot Wheels too. I can't explain why, but just judging by that packaging, it said that it had real rider tires on it, which means that the tires are rubber. They're not plastic tires.
Sure.
And then typically they have a special paint job where they use special paint to finish out the car, so it's not just your typical paint job. It's usually, sometimes they call it Spectra Flame or, something like that. But that's another show.
I was going to say, if anybody's watching, Jason needs for his Christmas a TARDIS, because he's
TARDIS to hold my stuff.
Yeah, you're going to need it if you're collecting that stuff too. That's for sure. Lego.
They have a few more things this week. There's a Dark Side book. I just noticed this in the past couple days. This is basically just kind of like a subset type of book where there's nothing. It's not showing anything new. It's just a book that covers, sets that fall into the Dark Side category, but it does include an exclusive minifigure. I'm not too thrilled about that.
Well, if it was just in the last few hours,
it's the Emperor, right?
So you can just see on there, released on DK Books German site. They accidentally leaked it out. Die Dunkel Seite. Exclusive minifigure. That's a crap German accent.
Oh, there it is.
Imperator Palpatine. So it's Palps in some shape, size, or form. The very amazing guys at Hothbricks actually got it from a German site, indeed, as well. So it came through German sites originally, but Hothbricks post ever. They're just an amazing site, great bunch of guys. But yeah, Palpatine. So I guess, and my guessing is they were guessing as well. Everybody was guessing on the forums and pages. It's very likely going to be one of the versions of Palps from the Yoda Chronicles.
Right.
So if you remember the one where he keeps putting his hood up and down and kind of flesh-coloured hands, that's what everyone was suggesting because it was the biggest appearance of him. So he turns his head 1 minute he's evil, the next minute he's Senator Palpatine. So that would kind of tie in, I think.
Right.
So yeah, another minifigure.
Is that one of those figures that have the two faces on the head where you rotate it around, or is it?
Yes, printed in both sides ideally.
Right.
So I'm guessing he's got his hood, and one side he's smiley face, the next minute he's
cool.
He's got his evil face on. So that's my guess. Don't quote me on that. But more Lego. So you need to buy another book now, Jason. So told you this is a dark hole, man. Don't get down there with Lego books because they just.
At least it's not Yoda, or I'd be totally in.
You'd be all over it.
Yeah, there was another kind of a leak reveal, question out there regarding Lego. I saw this on GrooveBricks.com, where there's apparently a mystery Naboo possibly themed set that's coming out. It's set number 75058. It includes, I think it's six minifigures. We don't know what the set is based on yet, but there's some decent speculation going out there that it might be a new version of the MTT brown blob tank.
Yep.
Based on, there's a new model that has shown up in, is it the Yoda Chronicles that?
That's right. There's a screenshot of that turned up, and again, yeah, people seem to be suggesting there. If you ever watched, I mean, you know what it is, but for those that haven't watched them, the little Lego mini movies are giant ads, basically. They really are. So, yeah, we've had an MTT at one point before. It was a huge set. I think maybe twice, actually. I might be wrong. A wee back, the very first one.
Yeah, I only recall one.
One?
I know there's been smaller, like little
mini versions, maybe.
Mini versions, but
yeah.
So this set includes Episode 1 Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, a pilot battle droid, regular battle droid, a Naboo security officer, and like one of those, what are those called? The PK droids. I think that's what that white one is supposed to represent.
It's very unusual.
Yeah, so you see them picking up the scraps from. You see one walking in the background when Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon arrive on the Trade Federation ship.
All right.
And then you also see one picking up the scraps after the battle on Naboo.
It's not a movie I've paid attention to.
Well,
sadly,
for a while there, that was the only new Star Wars movies we had. So.
But I just added and posted the same thing from Hoth Bricks as well because they originally had it. But this was, I just thought for my own sanity actually, because I buy pretty much all the sets or all the minifigures, but I pulled together a list of all the sets, and there's still one more we're still not sure of, which is 75057. There is a Jack 14 set, which I think it is, but it's also been listed on a few websites I was looking last night as a Geonosian cave. I know. So it seems this MTT set, this Phantom Menace set 75058, is a retailer exclusive, and chances are this other one is also 7507 because they're generally all the sets that are shown that are going to be public in large retail stores are shown, and the exclusive ones are kept by for the retailers to reveal them. But we've not yet seen it, so we don't know. So there's another set is on the way. So another expensive season of Lego I'm going to be skint again. So that's just the way it goes with Lego. Mos Eisley Cantina though, gotta purchase that thing. Gotta purchase that thing.
It's such a nice looking set. So
it is indeed. I just added one other thing in here. I think we've got another thing after this, but just one little thing. If anyone hasn't seen it, just a shout out to a bunch of guys. I listen to a podcast. I love it. The Chivecast or Vintage Pod. Have you ever listened to it?
I don't. I've listened to one. I couldn't tell you what it was about. It was a long time ago, but based on your recommendation, I'll probably pick it up.
It's very cool. It's not for everybody. it's definitely for vintage heads only. This is just what they do is a feature every month where they call it the Market Watch. This isn't, if you want to get the actual podcast, you click on the Vintage Pod link and go there, and they're up to episode 50. But this is pre-episode 51, which is yet to come out. But what they do is they do this report every month on the prices and on vintage figures. It's all pure old school vintage. If you're a prequel person, it's not your kind of podcast. But they do this feature on all the old variations they find on eBay and the rough prices. Very good if you want to get into this very expensive hobby of collecting vintage figures. But just as I'm sharing these on screen, one thing that the kind of nerd ADHD inside me kind of, this here, look at all the stickers. I'm like, get that off. Even the beautiful Kenner sticker underneath.
Yeah. Clearance.
I know, but even that went for, I think it was, $45, $46. So.
You show that picture and it's funny. For a while there, I was collecting vintage carded Star Wars figures, and I didn't care the condition of the card. I didn't care what it had on it as far as, price tags or,
really?
the POPs cut out. All I cared about is if the punch was still, the hanger punch was still in it. You should see some of the collection of, I mean, and you could pick them up for, dirt cheap because they're so horribly,
mashed up. Yeah.
They're not displayable as far as, they're not going to be your reference quality, but it's still a mint figure just on a horrible card back, horrible condition card back, and so you can pick them up for dirt cheap, $10, $12 for some of the more common ones.
What made you go for the punch of all the things to go for? Why did you go for that?
I wanted to see how long it would take me to get a respectable collection of carded original figures.
Sure.
By paying the bare minimum. I didn't want to spend any money on doing this, so I wanted to, this was the easiest way to go about it, and I wanted the punch. That was just the stipulation on my
not the figure, not the bubble. Not
yep, it had to have the punch still in it, and I got pretty far, actually. I got a stack of them back there somewhere. I'd drag some out if it didn't take so much time, but yeah, I gave up.
I know.
Maybe 30 figures in. I just couldn't.
I sat with a friend of mine and we looked at some of the vintage figures and calculated up the cost of buying even the first 12 figures alone. And I said, no way, I can't do it. It's just thousands upon thousands of dollars to get even remotely good quality.
Yeah.
So I went for loose, and I saved thousands of dollars, and I've managed to collect most of the good ones at loose. So yeah, so hard to get good vintage cards. But this is why I love the vintage collection, because it's not that old,
right?
And you can still pick them up. It's a great collection. They look good. But anywho, one last story was you posted.
Yep. We have officially wrapped up the Star Wars Rebels custom contest that we had held jointly with ImperialShipyards.net, and we have some. We've got a link on our main page taking you to our forums with some awesome examples of submissions for that contest. So I encourage everyone to check that out on both our site and Imperial Shipyards.
You still there?
Yep, still there.
Oh, you died a little. It went a little
sorry.
quiet. That's right. It's a beautiful image. It's a really nice kind of montage. I'm guessing this was you that pulled it together.
Justin did a great job of putting it together, I believe. So,
Justin.
That's up to him.
That's nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah. Good fun.
So that wraps up the collectible news for this week, which kind of moves us on to the TV, movie, book, and game news.
Indeed.
You kind of kick things off there with the full
the Rebels
trailer.
We'll hopefully not kill the interwebs here. We'll play the trailer for you here and share it. Hopefully you can see it. We're just watching it just now. So. Oh my god, and the helmet from... So we're watching the trailer here for Rebels. If you're listening to the audio version, you definitely have to check this thing out. The full 1 minute version, all the core characters, and it's looking much more original trilogy. The inside of that vehicle looks very Falcon-like as you see it.
Mm-hmm.
The noise of classic TIE fighters, love it.
Yep.
I'm much more into this show now. The more I see of it, even that. And the Wookiees behind we talked about last week. Nice feel to it. So there is a 30-second trailer, a little bit different, but I don't think you're missing much. Did you watch both? I take it.
Yeah, I watched both. The 60-second one is obviously the better one. It gets.
But there's not much of a difference really in it. It's
no.
Kind of,
but I like the look, and I like the feel, and I like what they're going for. So it's going to be fun, and I think there's going to be some nice surprises in the series. Whether they officially tie to Episode 7, that remains to be seen, but that's kind of the rumor that the series is going to help bridge that gap. So,
yep.
We'll see.
I think we'd seen so much of the kind of shiny Disney, happy, cheery poses it just felt wrong. But seeing it in action is just a much slicker and smoother kind of experience, I think, overall. So.
Right.
Moving on, as we said, this is the games kind of section, and we've talked about Star Wars 1313 before in various different shapes and sizes, but a Brazilian artist who worked on Star Wars 1313 whose name I put down there somewhere. Yeah, Bruno Werneck
Mm.
was the artist who worked on some of this stuff for Film Paint Studios in Los Angeles. Now that domain's currently gone. I think the company's in either broken up stage or it's they've just not renewed their website domain. But Bruno posts on his website, and he's got some gorgeous non-Star Wars stuff. But he posted some high-res images of some of his artwork that he did for Star Wars 1313. It's just beautiful looking images, and there's been a lot of ways of people to say, just why wasn't this game made, and we're digging it back up again. I really do think the game is, from all the footage we'd seen, we got a lot of images and information given to us from Lucasfilm a couple of years ago, and they gave us demo reels and so forth. All these product shots, I'm just showing here on screen some of the footage I've managed to snafu up from different sites and from LucasArts. Pictures of Boba Fett we'd seen with his Django helmet, lots of underground levels and pictures. We believe, I mean, the stories that I'd heard was Boba Fett was one of the lead characters in the game, lots of bounty hunters, and there was apparently some smuggling story. Someone mentioned about tauntauns. Don't ask me why. Tauntaun meat or something. But Bruno did a lot of these are stills from the actual demo, so the game was really, really far forward as far as it seems. But these images by Bruno are just, they're art on their own. I mean, it's just, I don't know the exact planet that he's got here, but they're just beautiful, and they just whet the appetite. And as I said, he's got other artwork in his site he's done for Polina Games, but there's a Sand Trooper one in here somewhere, I think, if I remember rightly, and they're all really, really high quality. So we've put the originals up there if you want to go and have a drool. But yeah, the detail on these things is just, this is a drawing.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow. So amazing. There we go. There's a little, you can just see him in there, a Sand Trooper.
There's the Millennium Falcon up in the skyline.
So it is. Well spotted, man. Never saw that.
Huh.
So yeah, lots of cool images and stuff from 1313. I really do believe we'll see this in some shape, size, or form. If they spend some money on it, it kind of makes sense. I think they mash it into something else.
Right. There's a lot of stuff there to be mined.
It does indeed. So, some more news was on the Twitterverse, which, if you're not following at Yakface and Flyguy, you should.
Right. There's some additional casting teases that were coming out. I think it was J.J. Abrams himself, along with Lawrence Kasdan. They tweeted out that, kind of a happy May the 4th deal, and the news isn't done, obviously, as far as as casting and whatnot. So
there's not much news. I mean,
right, there is rumored to be another female actress that is going to join the cast. I don't suspect that will be the only additional cast member to be added, but they're still trying to nail down the particulars for that. And for a while there, it was rumored that I don't know how to pronounce this woman's name. I apologize. Lupita Nyong'o. She recently, she won an Academy Award, last year recently, and there was speculation that she was going to play Assaj Ventress. I don't know how that would work out considering the time frame, but that was a rumor. Who knows? I think there's more credence in her being attached than to the role she's playing, but we'll see how that pans out.
Certainly.
And then episode 7, there was a working title that apparently is floating out about there. Ain't It Cool News? They've been around forever. I'm sure most people have heard of it.
They haven't changed.
They haven't changed a thing. It's still the same old school bulletin board type of layout. But it is rumored that there is a working title for episode 7 called The Ancient Fear.
Dun dun dun.
So
yeah.
We'll see if that pans out, and working title can mean a couple things. That could be, that's the title they're right. They're filming under in order to provide some secrecy, which totally makes no sense because now everyone knows what it's called. And it's also possible that that's the actual, subtitle of the film itself. If you think about it, A Phantom Menace or The Phantom Menace or A New Hope, The Ancient Fear, it kind of fits in with those naming conventions.
Yeah, it does. It does. It seems
But
very in line with the naming conventions so far, but I just hope it's not The Fear Strikes Back is the episode 8 or something, or Return of
right,
the Fear, and it's like, come on.
and
But
yeah, The Ancient Fear also, they speculate that it refers to Max von Sydow's character as someone has been, kind of a lying in wait type of villain that has been
waiting for Palpatine to go down or something.
right. Nah,
So,
I don't know how much I put into that. In any of these rumors, I don't
no,
put a lot of weight into them. I just wait till the official site, officially posts something, and I run with that and save a lot of energy speculating and
it
hoping and
seems
wishing.
yeah, it seems kind of odd. I mean, Max von Sydow, amazing actor, Seventh Seal, and all the movies the guy's been in. But why does all these old guys want to rule the universe?
Right,
Why is there not a
old white
young
guys with British accent.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most old guys of Max von Sydow's and supposed age of Emperor Palpatine, they just want to go to a
Palpatine,
little retirement home
Tarkin.
in Florida and just chill out a bit. But
Yep.
so I just added in some other news from episode 7. Our friends at clubjede.com or .net it is, I can't remember. .net. They wrapped up some nice kind of little rumors here from the Abu Dhabi national newspaper. Who knew they had one, but they do. Our sources report the sets are getting closer to completion in episode 7, with a whole world having been built on an otherworldly salt lake at one location. A shuttle-like spacecraft, a large tower, a big centuries-old looking market, maybe Tatooine kind of stuff. Something the crew are reportedly referring to as the Alien House. And 10 to 15 really fast buggies powered by jet engines, land speeders of Tatooine fame from the previous film, perhaps. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So
jet engines. That kind of sounds pod racerish to me.
It
more
does.
than land speeder, but
so as it says there, these are rumors. So this is I don't normally, neither do you, post a lot of rumors because they can just
they can
it goes round and round and. So we'll leave the rumors to others. But this was nice. You shared this, I think.
Yes, coming up for sale here in I think next week. In a few days actually. Star Wars Storyboards by J.W. Rinzler. This is a new type of book that is coming out. It's essentially a book that has storyboards, illustrations. Basically, is what this whole book is made up of regarding the films, the original trilogy, and it has some great original drawings involved in it. So I'll be picking this up for sure. I'm a sucker for any kind of concept art and original trilogy, never before seen art.
No, this is beautiful. I always love these drawings as well, and they're just beautiful. These are drawings. There's not enough people drawing these days. This is it's phenomenal. I mean, again, the storyboards, and to a certain degree, some people think of them as throwaway art, but they're beautiful. I love them. They're just gorgeous.
Yeah, and some of them are really, I mean, the subject, some of them are really violent. If you look at some of the originals from, A New Hope and whatnot, there's just some dark imagery in some of those as far as how people are killed, stormtroopers and whatnot. There's some pretty graphic looking death scenes.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't know if you recall, there's been a couple of people. A great guy that's done this is called Adiwan, who's done a kind of recut. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And one of the comparison shots, there's another guy as well who's done a kind of a painstaking shot-by-shot comparison of the original films on VHS or DVD to the Blu-rays and so forth. And even one sequence that's in A New Hope where Han and Luke go into the kind of chamber above the Falcon, you can see where they're shooting a stormtrooper, a lot of the blast effects and damage that was quite violent has been removed.
Right.
So, there's been a real tone down the violence thing in some of the both from the storyboards, as you said, onto the movies. So, but it's a blink and you miss it thing. It's right. There you go.
Let's see what else. Kind of a humorous thing that I posted earlier this week. I love watching these honest trailers from what's the company? The Screen.
Junkies.
Right, Screen Junkies. They post great.
That's on screen here.
They post great kind of spoofy type of trailers where they view a movie trailer or kind of summarize a movie showing the clips, but they filter it through common sense. It's some of the more recent ones, like some of the like the Batman movies. Like the most recent ones with Christian Bale, and
yep,
they just totally lampoon those, and they're hilarious. And this whole site got started. Their first honest trailer was for the Phantom Menace, and so this is their second Star Wars based honest trailer, and they took on Attack of the Clones, and it is so funny.
It is.
I love the whole
the
wipe scene where they.
Oh, it's so worth watching. I just kind of dismissed it. I see so many of these Star Wars supposedly funny thing videos, and you're like, oh god, how many times have you seen these? But when you posted it, I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot, and oh my god, this was hilarious. And Paul posted it too, and loads of sites. But so it's definitely got legs because it's good, and it points at the terrible dialogue.
Terrible dialogue, yeah.
Oh, there's meritable things definitely in Attack of the Clones, but the whole stalking thing. There's a part where Anakin really comes across as really evil. He's horrible.
Creepy.
Slug-like worms, and it's
the worm pooping robot.
I know, and he's right here with Obi-Wan Kenobi, who basically acts next to every CGI character, including Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, standing and sitting, and sitting and standing, and two guys standing and talking, and oh god, it's hilarious. So please, there'll be a link in the show notes, and there's also a link on both of our sites to honest trailers for Attack of the Clones. You have to watch it. It's very funny, and it's definitely honest.
Yeah, it's very honest.
So,
very good fun.
We spoke about this next item already a little bit about Celebration Anaheim. They revealed some of their details regarding some of the hosts that are returning and some of the programming. So instead of going through that all again, you could go to StarWarsCelebration.com and see their new site, and it looks like they've revamped the logo a little bit. So
yes, they have. Jimmy and Jason, the voice of the backstage stuff
from Rebel Force Radio.
David Collins, voice of Han Solo in the Smuggler's Gambit, and he's a great radio voice, David Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Jason, she said. Yeah, they've updated some other stuff as well. If you're a vendor, if you're listing there as well. Of course, tickets. You can get your tickets and hotels. The hotels are filling up super fast. You and I were talking. Don't necessarily go by the Celebration Hotel list. Go by other hotels, or take the hotel name and go and look it up yourself, because Celebration site's actually showing the availability is next to nothing, and the prices aren't really any different as far as I can tell from the other hotels. But yeah, James Arnold Taylor is going to be the main host. It's previously been Warwick Davis, and I don't know who did Celebration 6. Was it James Arnold Taylor as well?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
He's back for more.
Yep.
And last on our list was another game.
Yes, Battlefront, which has kind of been a game that's gone through several different, versions and states of being canceled and whatnot, is kind of officially back on the table. It was formerly I believe, a LucasArts game before that company was shuttered, I guess you would say. They're going to reveal some actual footage or whatnot at the upcoming E3 show. So I think a lot of people have been waiting for that for a long time. So
it's kind of no news, but it's news,
right?
Because it's not really saying much, but it's what it is confirming is a little bit there's other projects in development. Well, we kind of guessed, we knew that, we hoped for that, but yeah.
Yep.
So at least we're a summer 2015 date. So Yeah, I think everybody's just desperate for Battlefront. Did you ever play Battlefront at all on the
I'm pretty sure I did.
classic
Yes.
game for
Yeah.
friends together? Really, really good. Xbox One, I think it was on. Not the Xbox One, the original Xbox. Um, and Battlefront 2. So they were good games.
Yep. So that kind of wraps up, I think, all the TV, movie, and book game news this week. That leads us into the toy acquisitions, and thankfully, I have a very small list this week.
We never posted the video of you doing your little mini review.
Oh yeah, I
Call it up
mentioned
quickly.
I picked up the Disney Stormtrooper just the other day. It's the 13-inch version. And I posted a YouTube video on our YouTube channel there for the Yakface site, going through all of the different sound effects that it has. I think a lot of people were kind of questioning how decent the quality was, and I think it's really good. So I posted
You did an
that.
excellent job here. Really good. Again, as we had said, I've seen another video that does Darth Vader, and I'm still convinced some of it's not Darth, but this is, you're absolutely right, 100% Stormtrooper.
Yep.
It's the authentic stuff, singled out and cleaned up. Don't know why this video is not quite playing. It seems to be taking its time. Let's have a little look. But yeah, you've got a good overview of, here we go. And we won't really be able to hear it. I'll try and get my mic a little bit closer, but it's probably not going to pick it up. But yeah, show notes. Check out, Jason's done a really good job of going over the entire figure, and well, you talk about your toy.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, I just kind of explained where, how the activation of the sound effects work and whatnot. I'm going to be doing I've taken all of the photographs of it, and those are going to go up here probably tomorrow, and I'll have an accompanying, I'll embed the video as well, just so people can see everything all in one place. But it's a fantastic figure, consider, people have been kind of poo-pooing the Hasbro 12-inch offerings, and I totally agree with that now after seeing these. These are just so good. I had taken some photographs of this figure alongside the Sideshow Deluxe Darth Vader.
Oh, sorry, let me share that with you, everyone. Sorry, we're sharing that. Yep. Oh, you got it in hand. Sorry, there you go.
Yeah, and let's see, I think I can share my screen here quick if that will work. Just one moment. Let's see, share. Maybe not. Let's try this again. Okay.
So this is for your preparation of your kind of typical toy guide that you do for all the products that you buy.
Right. So I took.
Oh, nice. I got rid of my Sideshow Stormtrooper because I felt they were just not quite right. But God, you can't tell the difference there.
Yeah, but those Stormtroopers are the Disney.
Oh, I thought one was Sideshow.
No, those are the Disney Stormtroopers next to the Sideshow Deluxe Darth Vader. They're a little bit tall, I'll say, but the detail and the quality looks well enough to display alongside of him. So Disney did a really good job.
Well, on the strength of your video, I went out and bought one too. So
nice.
I've got one shipped to a friend in the States, and he'll be passing it on to me. But it's yeah, I had to get one. So didn't see the Han Solo up. It was available in the UK, DisneyStore.co.uk and DisneyStore.com. But
that one officially goes on sale on Monday here, I believe. So I'll be getting that.
Nice. And the articulation, just to remind everybody again, head, shoulders, the arms is kind of limited, or wrists were limited, weren't they?
Yeah, I could show this here quick. So here's the figure itself. It's got swivel and ball joint left shoulder, kind of a slight bend in the elbow that it could achieve with its left swivel wrist. Right arm doesn't have the mobility of the other one because it has to incorporate the electronics from the blaster, but it does rotate, not 360, but it goes from obviously down on its side to a vertical range of motion there, and then it swivels at the elbow, left to right.
That's pretty good.
No wrist.
Effectively, you could get him to hold these blaster literally.
You can't. I tried. You can't get him to do it. Just
that's a shame.
The nature of it. It would have been nice to get that. It's got waist limited. You know, you can't spin him 360, but nor can we. So
yeah,
so I don't mind that. It's got hip articulation. It's limited again. It doesn't go crazy.
Sure.
But it's regular swivel joint, knee,
and it's got ankles as well.
Ankles, and then a slight, it's got a slight
tilt
rocker to each ankle. So,
it's no shampoo bottle.
Yeah, it's no shampoo bottle. The head goes 360, and then it tilts up and down, so you can get some nice poses out of it. So.
It's just a nice shiny plastic as well. The quality in your video was really good, and it's just definite purchase. Purchase.
It's well worth the $30.
Yep.
So
it's the one thing I think we need is again I think the Sideshow need to update their figures badly. The old Stormtrooper was okay, but they kind of just set a new standard with the Sand Trooper when they brought that out from Sideshow.
Right. Yeah, that's a great figure.
And I'm sure we'll get some soon. But
and let's see.
What else did you buy?
And then I picked up another 6-inch Stormtrooper.
Of course you want to.
keeping in theme. But that was it. That was my limited purchases this week.
I was the same. I was very limited after my couple of Hot Toys last week. It was an expensive purchase, so Disney Stormtrooper, that was it. That's all I bought, and I won't get it for a little while. So I'm living vicariously through your video. So,
nice. Okay, so with that, we would like to thank all of our friends and affiliates that had gave us a mention this week. Jedi Temple Archives, Jedi Defender, Star Wars Action News, Yoda's News, Jedi News, Imperial Shipyards, Bat the Skull, and of course Dorkside Toys. And I wanted to make sure to mention again to watch the most recent episode of Boring Conversation Anyway, where Flyguy and I join, who else? Dan from Jedi News and Sandtroopers.com. That's Dan Curto. Paul from Jedi Temple Archives. From Bat the Skull. Tamer from Imperial Shipyards.
That's right.
And Eddie from Dorkside Toys.
And I can't remember. I think that was it. I think that was it. And
time?
you and I. Yeah, because it was seven of us. Seven of us.
So it was a big show. Meaty show.
It's a full-on. It's like a movie. It's like hour and 40 minutes. The last time.
Yeah. Parental guidance suggests.
There was only a couple of little swear words in there. I was like, it's not swearing, but
right.
It's for vintage heads. It's for old peeps.
Right.
I think pretty much.
And finally, this week, I wanted to give a mention to Chris Veach. And if you remember from past shows, he was the one that did that custom prototype Boba Fett for me that I picked up. His mom passed away a couple days ago.
Oh, wow.
And obviously it's a few days, well, it's a day before Mother's Day here. I just wanted to, kind of send my condolences out to him and kind of dedicate this show to him for the passing of his mom. That's kind of the title of the show this week is Luminous Beings Are We? Kind of has a double meaning this week with the Yoda reveal that came out. I thought it'd be kind of nice to send him I was thinking about him, kind of a message. I barely know the guy. I mean, like I said, I purchased a toy off of him, but we're friends on Facebook, and I figured, why not give him a mention? And I'm sure things are a little bit rough for him right now, and toys are the last thing he's probably thinking about. So, figured I'd give him a mention this week.
Yeah, and we should also mention we've got some comments in the YouTube we didn't have a chance to look. Sometimes we're so busy doing this we don't get a chance to look at the comments. It's live. But number one fan, Kenneth Crayley Jr. Hats off to you again. So he's everywhere. So got that. Darth Eddie, hello, and nice to see him. He's a regular for you and I as well.
Right.
Darkside Boys. The Ancient Fear equals Jar Jar or Hayden Christensen will return somehow. Yeah, it could be the Ancient Fear, actually. I like it. Very nice one. So, and Eddie's ribbing you again here. Does Jason keep all his peck-hole punches with his clear rubber bands?
No,
so,
I've been throwing those away. I could show you my pile of when I open my Stormtrooper. He includes a ton of those metal twist ties right in the garbage. I think of the show every single time that I open a figure that has those damn twist ties. So
there you go. The Realm recap is 100% twist free.
Twist tie free.
Twist tie free. Kenneth Crayley, I'm just picking up some of the notes here. Looking forward to original trilogy storyboard book. He's agreeing. He's picking that up. Episode 7. Everybody's loving it. 1313. Oh my God, there's a lot of comments here. Hot Wheels is awesome. And there's a bunch of guys. So thank you very much, everybody who joins and listens and subscribes, because it's great fun doing it.
Absolutely. So until next week, we will be sure to see you around, and we'll
see you on the
we'll be here. We'll be here. Sure enough, we'll be here next week. Have a good one, everyone.
See you later.